Welcome to Noob School, turn 42. Research in thaumaturgy is complete. We're now at level 4 and we're going to get level 5. This will get me Soul Slay, and then if I get enough evocation I can do remote Soul Slays and end this raiding nonsense forever. Some dark knowledge, which nothing. More dark knowledge, also nothing. Civitateo and a Jade Serpent, just some minor summoning. And then there's a Battle in Arcatus, also some cloud pieces. So here we got the same thing. More of these High Priests of the Sky, which are air 2, and then 2 air gems to summon a big air elemental. Against this other raider with the Champion Skull. And he just gets deleted. Alright. Some side searching, find nothing, got some blood slaves. And weirdly enough, Unstoppable found no blood slaves in Mictlan. We take control of Green Sea, no resistance. And then there's, we get to the actual battles. There's a battle in Ghent where Ulm rides out against Flagra, I think. Yes, this is Ulm riding out, so he has a lot of these length 5 bikes. I'm actually not sure what the idea behind this is, because these guys have access, so anything length 2 or bigger would suffice. These guys have 50 morale, so they're just not gonna care about repel. This guy, all his attacks are length 0, so doesn't matter either. Shadowbrand length 2. Great Sword length 3. Maybe. Gate Cleaver also length 3. And a Rune Smasher and a Frostbrand that are both length 2. I have no idea why he decided to go with bikes. Because the only thing this bike is ever going to do is repel stuff. 18 pierce damage isn't that impressive. You can also get like 16 flail with 2 attacks. Or is there any axes around? I usually build a mix. No, but there's these black halberds. 27 pierce, wow. Yeah, so I don't know why he built these. And this is the by now standard Flagron army. Did he bring many magi? Yes, he brought a lot of magi. Priest smiths and master smiths. Big amounts of gear. There's a chassis of the mountain. I think 2 temporary earth gems. That's expensive stuff. Okay, let's see how this goes. Multiple bolts going in. I think curse. Who cast a curse? I don't know. And then he summons a fire elemental in his own backline. Don't do this. This will burn your own troops and nothing else. If you were going to summon a fire elemental, just put the mage up front. There go a million magma bolts. And a million blade meats. The problem he's having is that he has no way to beat through things like this. And these are all just Black Knights, I think. And apparently, oh, he cast Curse of the Stones a few times. Yeah. So Flagger is bringing the right at the spells. And Ulmis is bringing all the black ones. Get some heavy jumper down. This guy's paralyzed. What paralyzed him? Let's see if I can quickly spot it. Not really, I don't know. He also still has damage on the arm. Okay, so the slaves are on. These helots. They're in pretty bad shape. Is Pretender also running? Yeah, he's also running, probably because the arm is out. This guy is still... No, he's also running, but he's too fatigued to run. So everything runs except for this guy. Cursed King. And with a protection of 25, defense 16, attack 22. Let's see how he does. So, does he have fear? He has a fear aura of 8. That's... Yeah, so the Ulmis troops just run because of the fear. I think well, he has a Shadow Brand, that's of course scary, but he doesn't do that much damage otherwise. Although I think the Shadow Brand's actually pretty good against all because it's magical effect. Now I think a lot of these Magi aren't running because they're all individual squads, so they're not hit by the fear now, and this guy runs into the Magi. Which I'll just keep dropping blade wings. I think with these blade winds, let's see if we can spot one. Yeah, like here. It has like 1 damage. It's 26 protection. Why does it do 1 damage? Does he have like something like invulnerability in there or something? Oh, he does have resistance to everything. Anyway, that's never going to hurt him. Seems like Earth Melt would have probably been more useful, but he's so big and strong that he breaks free immediately. So yeah, Flagger does win that battle, even though most of his stuff flees. That means that Ulm loses 15 Master Smiths and a Priest Smith. He had 2 Black Lords, but I didn't see any gear on them. Yeah, that's very painful for all. Okay. Meanwhile, my own war goes on as well. There is a battle in Underholm. So look at that. Oh yeah, so we meet some actual resistance. But that's just province defense, I think. then Flagra has another fight in Uec. Let's see what goes on here. Oh yeah, this is this dog with the crystal shield. Yeah, that province defense is just dead. Yeah. Then there is a battle in Annika, where Fascia attacks me again. Okay, so he marches the main army to Annika. And over here we got nothing. We got, I think, 7 province defense for the extra cataphract. And he has his whole army. However, I did want to show this because he put the toad in his army. Which is pretty funny. Is it happening already? Not yet. Right, here we go. Welcome to poison damage. Now, I'm planning Gote of this myself, but this guy, this expensive prince consort, is not too happy. Nor is this kitted out deer tribe shaman. Well, the prince consort survived, but yeah, he lost a storm captain, 7 infantries, and a heavy infantry, and I think he lost them all to the poison of that single toad he captured. We have taken control of the park's expanse. Yeah, so he didn't even put 1 province defense in there. And then there's a battle in Ionia. To look. Okay, so here we got a mage pilot. And some light infantry. This is actually a pretty interesting little raiding party. Or is this... Oh, I think this is... Oh. Yeah, he attacked. I guess he didn't expect my entire army to be here. Hold on, I have to look at that again. What did he cost? Slime? Oh, Divine Channeling, that was my spell. I thought he was doing something tricky here, but no. Yeah, so put Divine Channeling up, and then... let's see, where is it here? I think it only affects low-level priests, but it can increase people's priest levels. And since he's a prophet anyway, he can just do that all the time. Okay, and then there is another battle in Kent, where I think this is Flagra storming the fortress. So the fortress is empty, but he's only bringing this guy because everybody else fled. Yeah, I think Ulm would have been better off trying to defend his fort, but he didn't. Then there's an unexpected event in Underhome, Unrest, Okajab, Nature Gems, Hungry Sea, Astral Pearls, and Conjurations are cheaper. We start to destroy Ionia. Balls were moderately damaged. We killed some filthy brigands, and a high priest of the Sai has died from disease. So yeah, it looks like Phasia is just making a beeline for Mictlan. I talked about this to the player, like I was interested in what are you doing. We are still having a conversation at this time, even though we're fighting. So yeah, we're basically having a very sportsman-like war over here. And he says that he used to play a Japanese game called Go, and that this is a very standard move in Go. Well, not exactly this, but like an analogy to this, where you make an aggressive move to force your opponent to react to it. And I looked it up and I thought, wait, that's what I'm doing. So we both think we're taking the initiative here. I'm of course going for this throne, the Throne of Air, to get the air shield, which will keep my things protected from all of the javelins that he throws at me. But meantime, he's going for Mictlan. So I'm okay with Mictlan falling. It's not great, but if I have to choose in the short term between having the Throne of Air or having Mictlan, I want to have the Throne of Air. Because even though Mictlan gives me the ability to recruit a lot of these cap-only mages, Throne of Air keeps my troops alive. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a token defense here, and I'm gonna have a few of these guys first doing some body arterial on my troops, and then they're gonna do magic duel, so they can hopefully snipe one of those community mages. This guy is gonna summon some air elementals. I'm just putting some token troops in front. Unstoppable can still blood hunt because Unstoppable can cloud piece, so he can just go somewhere else. Any other valuable magi that cannot cloud or piece are just gonna leave. Like Sivatateo, for instance. And I'm just gonna accept that he is gonna besiege Mictlan, and he's also gonna be able to crack the fort in a single turn, I believe. Ionia should also crack on next turn. And then he has about 50 Ictiads and other junk on the water here. I think my Jade Serpent should be able to kill the Ictiads, so I'm not too worried about that. I am gonna raid this place. So what I'm doing is basically I'm dumping Suleiman on top of his fort and shutting it down for a turn if he can manage. In 114 I'm sending a counter raiding party. Basically, if he splits off some guys to raid here, they might be intercepted, and otherwise they can go behind his army, cutting off any land he takes, so he at least doesn't draw any income from it. Oh no, wait, what I'm doing is I'm sending this party, they're on a retreat order, so if he decides to dump his entire army in here instead of on Mictlan, which is something he could do because then he can threaten two forts at the same time, they run. If he doesn't, they're gonna take Annika back. Okay. So also with that thug dying here, and apparently I got his Vine Shields. I hope that he realizes that raiding me isn't profitable. I'm recruiting a Moon Priest, so that when he sieges, that Moon Priest can do another magic duel in fort battle. I'm recruiting some Ictiads. That will help me siege Phaecia. Let's see, 20 is... Yeah, okay, so here in 24 I'm starting to recruit Ictiads that are amphibious and have strength 11, so 1.2 siege strength. They can help siege Phaecia down if he doesn't protect it. I'm suspending my recruitment of Crystal Magi. Should be here. Yeah, I need money, so I'm not recruiting those right now. And I'm recruiting some more Nawali to summon more monster toads. Other than that, I'm forging 2 dowsing rods and 2 lightless lanterns. Alright, that's it for turn 42. See you in turn 43. Welcome to Noob School, turn 43. Thaumaturgy is complete. This will allow me to do Soul Slay, and next we're going into Evocation. Evocation will allow to do Mind Hunt, and then we can just delete any raiders. Jade Serpent, Xivita Tail, and some Jaguar Toads to hold the gate. And the Transabor gets raided in the magic phase, so this is probably another Cloud Trapeze. And it is. He's equipped with a Firebrand, a Vine Shield, and a Copper Plate, which is 25 gems worth of stuff, not counting hammers of course, against, I think, 6 Province Defense. Interestingly enough, this guy is on cast spells. And he casts Frozen Heart on the commander, and again the commander dies, and then everybody runs. Now, I had a bunch of Magi going to Transabor because it had better magic skills and I wanted to research there. But when you send forces to a fort, you might as well put them on move and patrol because they're not going to research this turn, and then at least they'll defend the fort. So in the normal phase, a bunch of Magi come into Transabor, and we have these guys, this guy who stole the Divine Shield. These guys basically killed another raider last turn. And then a whole bunch of Mictlan priests behind it. All only one magic pad, but let's see how they do. So he spams lightning bolts down, and all these guys start making phantasmal warriors. They also cast protection on each other and on the phantasmal warriors, which normally have 0 protection, but now you have a Phantasmal Warrior with 10 protection, which is pretty useless because he only has 1 hit point, and this guy will do 24 damage, so generally doesn't save his life, but I guess you gotta cast something. Anyway, the result is that he gets fatigued and gets stuck in place by Phantasmal Warrior spam. And then this goes on for a while. Okay, so at this point, a Fire Mage finally gets the idea to cast these Fire Shackles on him, which Fire Bonds. They reduce his defense down to 3. Well, 75%, and then there's a rest penalty. So then the Phantasmal Warriors can actually start getting some hits in. This doesn't work on the first try, obviously, but it goes on for a while. And then he decides, no, I'm not gonna do this anymore, and he runs. However, the province is surrounded by my stuff, so now it's dead. Okay, so anybody ever tells you that cheap Magi with only 1 pad are useless, now you know that is not the case at all. Okay, so we find a magic site. It's an Earthblood Sea Pitch. I think that's just one Archam. Then some more side searching, nothing found. A whole bunch of blood slaves. And there's a battle in Mictlan. Okay, so this is the Phasian main army again. And this is whatever was left in the fridge at the time. These guys though are pretty nice. This is there's only 6 of them with good stats, glamour, and polyetherial gets cast spends a lot of gems on small air elementals. These guys stand their ground completely. Meanwhile, his army gets hit by a load of flaming So yeah, he was never gonna win that, but I think we gave a pretty good show. Let's have a look. So 2 Colossi Queens, probably deleted by magic duels. A Logos, a Prince Consort, and quite a few troops. All die because of, well, shenanigans basically. Yeah, pretty good show there. Then we attack Broken Ocean. Alright, so he decides to try and hold this province. He has these Ictiots, and then he has a Prince Consort with a water bracelet and a ring of water breathing to get very high water magic. But for some reason he doesn't bring any gems. What does he cast? He casts water power, now he's water 5. I know what did he do? Yeah, he starts casting Frozen Heart. That's not a good idea, because these guys have Blood Vengeance, and he immediately gets Blood Vengeance. And he now takes 20 damage from that. And he just deletes himself. If he had summoned a bunch of water elementals, he might have done something. But this is not it. We take a Divine... oh no, we get attacked in Mourn Woods and then we take Divine Ocean. So let's have a look at Battle of Mourn Woods. I think this is just a facing counter raid. Yeah, there's one defense here. Okay. There's a battle in Transport. That's the second battle of Transport. Already looked at that one. And High Woods. There we attack. Alright, this is Suleiman coming back. Okay. He just jumps in, deletes the commander. Okay, so that's I think that's, is that 15 or 30 province defense? I think 15. Anyway, it's gone now. Oh, that's nice. Unexpected event in Lama. Dominion change. Unexpected event in Carcassos. Unrest and no income for a turn. Worldwide event. Upcoming arena battle. We didn't harm the fortification in High Woods, but that's to be expected. We are under siege in Mictlan and our walls are damaged. So he didn't break the wall for some reason. And we started to destroy the fort in Ionia. The walls are severely damaged, so we didn't break that either. We didn't break it, they didn't break it, okay. And our troops in Carrion are starving. Ah yeah, so well, this trash doesn't have enough to eat. Okay. Basically I got the slaves out of Mictlan, but now they're starving. Okay, so we didn't crack it, they didn't crack it either, so this is gonna go on next turn. I am gonna raid this province, Esplania, with Suleiman. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna get out of here and raid this place. Casting a Raven Feast on Mictlan because there's 175 corpses here. And then I can exchange my air gems for dead gems, and dead gems will be more useful in the late game, and well, I feel confident enough to do this. I'm taking a Nawali out of the army, so the Nawali here are flying here to summon Toad. Basically what I'm doing is just, this army is gonna keep being an army and sieging this fort. And I'm just gonna make a second army here and fight what he has here, which is a lot, but I'm gonna whittle it down. I'm summoning another Jade Serpent. Let's see here. No, not here. Here, I'm summoning a Jade Serpent. So by having a Jade Serpent in multiple places, I can just make an army appear wherever I want by using this Effigy of War and putting a Jade Serpent on the commander, and then it looks like there's a lot of Jade Serpents there. Furthermore, I am forging 2 lightless lanterns, a crystal coin, and a dowsing rod. Alright, that's it for turn 43. See you in turn 44.